over with. Yo, I just got more and more information. I got more and more information. You're right. Shit do change with information. Your constitution don't never change. You know what I'm saying? It just I just know this. People who y'all think that'll help you won't help you. I learned that shit the hard way. Trust and believe me, I learned that shit the hard way. People that I see every day, you would think they'll help you? Nah. You think they'll look into it? Nah. You think people will help you these days? Nah. You think they'll look into shit for you? Nah. They won't. I learned a valuable lesson today. Yeah. So what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start looking out for myself. So if you don't have this paperwork, one dude I talked to today, I'm talking about I was just having to just talk. I was talking about this shit today. And this dude was like, man, I'm gonna look at your channel and see what you're talking about. When I said redeeming that birth certificate, he knew something was wrong. He knew something was wrong. He knew it. He knew it. See, that's the shit that I'm trying to get people to see. I'm trying to get you to see that. If you don't see nothing else I tell you to see, just know that. And that TDA trade, that TD trade account, I will open up one soon. Oh, I'm definitely gonna open up one of them bitches. Trust and believe me on that. But yeah, man, I learned a value lesson today, man. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta know, it rules come to this shit. When you try to fuck with somebody and play with somebody, it come with big boy rule. Big boy rule. So I already got the green light now. Once you give me the green light, boy, ain't no telling how ham I go when I get the green light. Boy, give me the green light, your ass is done. Your biscuits are big. I just got the green light today. Oh yeah. Once I get the green light, boy, that's all I need. But yeah, man, y'all need to get that 250,000. I would. I don't know why y'all waiting around and shit. Get that 250,000. Hey, I was talking to this guy about that shit today, right? Look, I was in a shop today talking to somebody, and I said, look, the dude didn't believe me out of nowhere, right? Guess what? Once I said redeem your birth certificate, for some reason, the dude brain was like, yo, that shit sound. Then I explained to him what a W-8 form is, that the government wants you to take out. The government wants you to take your name off of every account dealing with your social security number. Look at this. Look, I'm gonna show you this. The W-8 form. The government wants you to deal with every social security number with a banking account affiliated with your name with a banking account. Look at that. I'm telling you, why are they saying that shit? If you tell me this, why they telling us to look with a W-8 account? I ain't never heard that shit in my life. Have y'all ever heard that? Nope. I bet you ain't never heard that shit. I bet you ain't. Yo, the W-8 account you close with anything with your social security number. But the thing is about this shit, look up 1974 Privilege Act. Letter, bank not government by social security rules. Look at that. I bet y'all didn't even know this. I'm telling you, look, I'm gonna tell you this. Look, man, look. This is the document right here. You only need these 4 pages right here to open up that 250,000. And look, I'm gonna tell you this: that TD trade thing, what I've been telling y'all about, the TD trade ain't nothing but the Treasury Department agency. That's where all our money is holding in from the federal funding shit. Straight up. So guess what? It ain't hard to get this shit now. I just didn't know the lingo of a TDA. You know, a TDA, you think about stock markets and all this shit, you'll think it's hard. But no, get what their process said. It said, for this procedure, LLC or one set up account, a set off, it said UCC. Then it said 100 million all trade portfolio in your fucking name now. And it said $10 million block finance institute. So in order to be clear, redeem your birth certificate, file a UCC 1 and redeem status of your state. Post a bond at the Treasury. But guess what? After that, you got to use this special website to get that shit. See, I can read this all, but you still got to get that website. Nobody ain't got this. And look, and look, check this out. I'm gonna tell you this right here. I'm gonna show you something else. When you want to test my gangster on this shit, when you want to test my gangster on this 261 pages, undefeated with affidavits. I'm ready to tear their ass up in court too. Child support, they done. And look, this list right here, if anybody violated your rights, this motherfucker said agents, supervisor, child support agencies, supervisors, administrators is child support too. Just to let y'all know, administrators and agency, child support agency, administrator, they the same. So guess what? On this list right here, it's the minimum 200,000, and then when you go up, it say 250,000. They ain't gonna go no more than 200 to 250,000. But everybody been trying to see this list for 25 years from me. And look, it's Supreme Court ruling. You ain't gonna get no immunity. When I blast your ass like 21 Savage in court, I'ma strip you from your immunity. I swear to God, I'ma strip you. I love playing with people. When they play with me, when I strip you from your immunity, your ass is done. I'm gonna have fun with you. Look, when I strip you from your immunity, they usually settle out real fast. They settle out real fast. I learned something today. Oh yeah, I learned something today. Yeah, I learned something today. Yo, yeah, man. I told y'all every day I'm gonna learn some shit. But it said he hate that shit on TikTok. Yeah. And look, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I learned another saying when you go to court. When you go and fight yourself in court, don't go for pro se. Because they're gonna try to hold you under that bullshit ass rule and they ain't gonna want to listen to you. But it called pro se litigant or some type of shit like that. I don't know what the technicality of the word, because I just learned this not too long ago. But they done. Yeah. I ain't playing with these cowards, man. These motherfuckers will take your life away from you, y'all. Look. Lack of jurisdiction. You challenge matter jurisdiction and lack of jurisdiction in court with anything. When you go to traffic court, if you want to be the traffic court case, I got that letter for y'all. Look, dismissed without prejudice. I beat that shit. Google my name. I beat it. I beat cases. I'm undefeated with the shit, bro. I ain't tripping. But I'm just telling you this about that 250,000. I can't give y'all no more secrets on nothing no more. Not with that. With the 250,000, I'm just telling you this. I'm doing it myself. Yup. At 250,000, I'm running it up by myself, y'all. I know they said it's gonna be hard to do. I know they said it's gonna be hard to do. But guess what? It can be hard to do. It can be real hard to do. Everything in life hard to do. Everything in hard life to do. You gotta be motivated. If you ain't motivated to fight for your own rights or fight for yourself, you're gonna have a problem. You're gonna have a problem, man. I already know. Trust me, big dog. I already know this shit, man. This shit can go only one way with me. One way. I only can win. That's why I told you I'm gonna get on YouTube. I'm gonna spread this knowledge, man. And this shit just gonna keep running. It's gonna keep running. Tell me that right here. I'm gonna start exposing this shit. I'm finna expose some other shit. Hey, look, this ain't got nothing to do with this $250,000 document. Tell me there, why they got an affidavit for change of name, affidavit of citizenships? Tell me this. If it's capped, trust me, look, it got live birth certificate affidavit. It got power of attorney, social security affidavit, revoke. You revoke, okay. What the fuck? Response of a social security number, response for an employee. Tell me why they got affidavits for shit like that. Okay, a right to travel, bill of sale, proof of insurance, certified copy of financial responsibility, revoke the state of trustship over vehicles. Nobody ain't never heard that shit before. I ain't never heard that. Trust over vehicles. No. And look, it said get your own business in order, dealing with debit, financial statements, banking offsets, investments, IBCs, ICR catalog, CIR membership, CIR successful education course, learnership training, Liberty Law School, like bro, W-4 withholding lien, a withholding in liens of a W-4. Okay, look, hold up. Affidavit certified of an exempt form withholding of liens W-4. And then it said, look, status W-8 certified land partner. So we got name, we got land in our fucking name that I ain't know nothing about. You know when they were saying that 40 acre and a mule and all that shit for black people? Yo, we got land in our name. I bet you everybody got land in their fucking name. It wouldn't put it past me. It wouldn't put it past these slick bastards. I swear to God, these motherfuckers slick. Yo, I gotta look at this. This is a fucking wreck. I didn't know this much of shit. This shit, I didn't know. You look good today, but the info still capped. Okay, high cap though. Can y'all tell me, is this shit cap or not though? If you saying I still look good today, but it's still cap, well, you challenge this shit, man. Like, guess what? I'm gonna show you if it's cap, because what I'm doing right now, I'm gonna open up a TD trade account. That's what y'all failing to realize. Yeah. And look, if this all cap, If this all cap, tell me that shit then. Your state, bonds, department, treasury. Look at this shit, man. Look. If my shit is all cap, why the fuck they got this then? Why they got bonds and treasuries and shit like this, private shit you don't know nothing about? Tell me this. Why they got this in the banks? Private bank sectors and all that type of shit. Like, yo, this shit, yo, I'm only just dropping heat. I'm dropping real heat to y'all right now. I'm dropping real heat. Real fucking heat. Live right now, real time heat. Man, I hate when people try to challenge me, man, talking about I'm all cap. I'm all cap, right? But you won't go and get your birth certificate to redeem your status if I'm all cap. Well, do that then. If I'm all cap, redeem your birth certificate and then you come back and talk to me. Okay? And I'll teach you how to get some money. How they owe you some money. Since you say this shit is all cap, well, redeem your birth certificate and get back at me then. Why everybody on TikTok redeeming their birth certificate? Why they doing certain things then? Cause they know that movement. Your ass don't know that movement, you don't know the movement, G. Female or chick, whoever you is, chick. I think you're a chick though. The way you said that comment, I look good today, but it's all cap. Okay, it might, okay, tell me this. Tell me that then. If everything that I say might be all cap, right? Just say this. Just say this. If I'm all cap, redeem your birth certificate then. Redeem that and see what happened. Redeem that and see what happened. Your birth certificate, redeem that and see what happened. Now, nobody can claim your birth certificate but you. You see what I'm saying? Don't get mad at me because I'm getting this $250,000 and you want to holler my documents all cap. See, now look, if you want to say it's all cap, do your research on the UCC 1. Everybody was talking about that 10 to 15 years ago, but they didn't know how to walk in the bank and get the money. Here, Huncho do. I do. I do now. Yes, sir. I do. Guess what? I was sitting back watching everybody on YouTube talk about it, but shit, that knowledge was way up above my pay grade. It was way up above my head, y'all. And I ain't know nothing about that. I knew about the UCC. Cause look, when you get a phone bill, you know how them old lad bills they used to get back in the day in the mail. You get your cable bill right up at the top. Then they got them dotted lines you can cut with the scissors. That's the part you send to the federal IRS people for them to discharge your debt for you. But the other top is for just you paying your bills and your dumb ass don't know nothing about it. The government, you think the government paying light bills and all this shit and they get the money and then they get the pay? I'm gonna tell you this, y'all. I worked for them people before. Them people don't really handle money. This shit come through some type of account and they get paid. People just have to hit a button. They already done filled out this paperwork. They already got this shit down. The military, they don't physically pay for nothing. They just do the document paperwork and send it off just like we do. But we can't read this shit. See, do what wrong with us. We ain't reading this shit, man. And we doubting everybody in the world. If you ain't reading this shit and you doubting people, man, that shit crazy, man. Y'all fucked up too. You just as fucked up as them people. Because you ain't reading up on this shit and you saying my shit all cap. And you ain't even doing nothing about your own status of name. You're a fucking coward. You're a fucking coward, bruh. I don't hit 6,500 subscribers on my YouTube now. So, how are you gonna top me for all caps? You know what I mean? You just know I'm finna come with these motherfucking documents now. Look, how I can be all cap. How I can be all cap doing document work If I just hit 6,500 subscribers on my YouTube and people buying this document, just redeem your birth certificate and do the UCC one, and then you come back and talk to me. Then we'll talk. Once you redeem your birth certificate, then we'll talk about some shit. Other than that, don't say I'm all cap, sir. Because if you don't know about me, I'm the myth buster on YouTube. I done busted all the myths everybody been talking about now. I done busted all the myths. I done beat all the cases. I done beat everybody's ass when it came to the court. But now child support want to challenge me. Child support can challenge me. Let me tell you what they fail to realize. The due process. They can't even escape that. They can't even escape the due process law. No one can. No company would never have an entity cannot be over a human live flesh person, y'all. So you just got to take them to Supreme Court and run it like that. Learn how to go in court. Don't go in there as a pro se. Pro se, that means you still get on the same jurisdiction and whatever they believe in, you believe in. So don't go in there as a pro se. See, some people get it mixed up with pro se, with sovereign citizens and all that shit. Nah, it ain't like that. But you can explain it like that for people who don't understand you. You see what I'm saying? That's what I tell people now. Like, you gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta give people partial information with this shit. Cause this shit's so dangerous. Corporations have the same rights as humans. Look it up. Okay. What type of, what you think the corporation, okay, look, a child support agency don't have no rights over a fucking human being, bruh. A girl, whoever, Alicia. I'm just telling you. Look that up. If you want to state some shit, look that up, bro. Look. Supreme Court ruling. They ain't got no immunity, bro. They ain't got no fucking immunity. None. None, my amigo. Look. This the list. This the list for real. I got it. They hate this. They hate when I talk about this. These trolls can't say nothing about this letter because it's facts. Straight up facts. I know the trolls hating it because I come up with facts. And I can guarantee you this. Child support due process law, they have to go through this. Agents, administrators. Once you include all this in your cases, this creep people out. Right now, I got an affidavit with that. Look, that going, look, I'm gonna tell you this. When you go to court now, this what y'all do. For you to have an unbeatable case, but I'm just scared the fuck out of them. Start bonding your own case. Put bonds on your own case and a secure bond on your own case when you go to court. No judge, no lawyer, they ain't gonna wanna fuck with you. They're gonna be like, hold up. Once your bond be higher than a judge bond, and look, when they dismiss your case or fuck you over in the court, the judge gotta pay for that, not you. So they ain't gonna want to handle the case if you got a bonds higher than a judge. I promise you that. I looked that up a long time ago, but I didn't know how to use that information. I know how to use it, but they saying that you gotta say this shit like a certain way. And I didn't understand that. But now I understand that now at this point. You have one for day 2. But yeah, I understand that shit. When for real though, when you going in from a real judge and you can make the judge pay for all your fines and fees, but they didn't never tell me you gotta put bonds, certificates or bonds license in your number, you know, over the person who you is, and you go to court bonded. Once you go to court bonded, higher than the judge, you lose that case, the judge got to pay for it. So y'all both lose. That motherfucker ain't gonna want to play with you. They ain't gonna want to play with you in court. They ain't gonna want to play. I know they ain't gonna want to play. And now since I zoomed in on that, that's my key point. That's a key point, y'all, to beat cases. Bond your own case and make your bond. Look, research who the judge is. You still, if you ain't ready, tell them you can come back to court another day or whatever. Find out who the fucking judge is, which you would find out, and get a bond higher than his. Trust me, I got judges dismissed in Georgia. Playing with my case, I got them disbarred. So look, you can tell, you can switch one time with one judge only. If you feel like that judge ain't gonna help you out or he keep denying you, you can get his ass out of there. I did. Look at my court cases. I ain't fucking playing with you. If I want you, I'm gonna get you on black and white. I put it on my mama, I am. That's why my YouTube channel going fucking hard right now. Everybody talking about the UCC1, the TD trade, and how to get that 250,000. I'm all capping all this shit. Okay, I'm all cap. I bet you I redeem my birth certificate in a minute. What you gonna be doing? You gonna look at me redeem my birth certificate on YouTube, and I'm gonna get that money, and y'all gonna see me in Hawaii. And I'm gonna be laughing. I swear. All this shit finna happen, y'all. I already opened up a TD trade account. I get active in the field. A Treasury Department, get one of those apps. Get your application, sir. Them UCC ones, I'm putting y'all up on game. Research the UCC and go and tell them to pay your phone bill, your cable bill, your landlord bill. You know what I mean? Like, go and research that. I'll give you that for free. But that $250,000, when you get the bond certificate in your name, I can't give you that for free. And look, it don't cost you no but $30 to redeem your birth certificate. Y'all don't even want to do that, and you want to challenge my authority? How? I can't see people challenge me. I just know some of them YouTubers trying to get a hold of me. Like, bro, look, at first, when I was trying to ask you questions, you didn't want to hear me, bro. You didn't want to hear me because, just look, I'm going to tell you that just because you got viewers and shit, you got subscribers on your YouTube, bro. I got the same subscribers you got, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got way more than subscribers than you got now. You look, bro, I had a phone. I did this shit off of one phone and got 65 subscribers, bro. And then I kicked knowledge. You ain't fucking with me, man. 3.5 million viewers. How can you tell me something? I bet you ain't even got a bitch who gonna listen to you at home. Not let alone your kids, motherfucker. So, fuck it. Can't play with me. Can't play with me. I kick this knowledge. Look, I'm gonna give you some free game. But the 250,000, that document, if you want that, you're gonna pay me $250 if you want that document. And look, redeem your birth certificate. It's other shit on there I can't say because you gotta look. Once you get that money, get what they're gonna give you. You go to that special website. Once you open that TDA or trade, that Treasury Department, and then they're gonna say, hey, Mr. Smith or Mrs. whoever you is, put one in your daughter, mama name. Everybody had one. Cause when your mama and daddy was slaves, it don't matter if you white or black. Guess what? The government put one in your mama name, your great grandmama name. They did all that shit, y'all. Get what? And one more other thing, I told this dude today, you know what? Look at your tax paper. You know what they say for federal tax and state tax? You volunteered to pay taxes. What if you didn't volunteer to pay tax? What if they just said, what if you be like, why the fuck is I'm paying you taxes and I can die tomorrow and y'all keep my money? Hell no. I ain't volunteer to pay taxes. Bitch, I want all my money. That's what you need to tell me. That ain't no cap. That ain't no cap right there. How that can be some cap? How that can be cap in my rap? I like when people challenge by authority, but look, did you know you volunteered to pay the government money? What if you didn't volunteer? What if you say, hey, I want all my money in my hand? And what if they tell you, hey, file the paperwork so where you can take ownership of your name? Cause right now we own you. The fuck you'll do? If a motherfucker own me, I'm gonna redeem my birth certificate. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna redeem my birth certificate and get that little extra money they talking about. Everybody can holler it's cap, but what I do know what ain't cap, redeeming my birth certificate. I bet you that ain't no cap. Redeem your birth certificate. See what happens. I'm looking at that paperwork right here. This motherfucker saying anything dealing with your name over here, close down. Anything dealing with a banking account, close it down. Why would they say close the bank? Don't get no banking account in your name with your social security. We give you a private bank. How much fucking money in that bank for you to give me a private bank, for me not to be at a credit union, for me not to be at a Wells Fargo or some shit? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I need to see that shit. This is not weed. This is not weed. If you really look at it, it's not weed. But you know, I like to fool people, you know, make it look cool. You can smoke it like weed though, but it ain't. I get drug tested and shit. And look, I sent this dude these papers right here. These two papers, I put ashes on it. But crash course papers. Once I seen you those paper with that yellow and black paper on it, that yellow and tape like this right here, look at it. Once I seen you that right there with that stuff on there, you see, I can't let y'all see the name and all that, but once you see that, it's real. Trust me. Trust me, man. I got a lot of fish to fry, bro. And I don't need to cap about it. Redeem your birth certificate and get back at me. Okay. Man, my phone always falling and shit. And my truck. Man, I gotta get one. I don't want to bring the lazy boy right here. Then I might, you know, all my paperwork right here, and all my paperwork right here, I'm bumping into it, my camera falling. Back to business. Back to business. Redeem y'all birth certificate. Please redeem your birth certificate. So where you'll get your name back. Once you get your name back, use it with the UCC one. Send that shit back to the government. See how much money they. You know what I mean? If I give you these strategies, they're gonna give you up to $250,000. But you ain't gotta believe me. When I put it on YouTube, I'm sitting in Hawaii laughing at y'all, and I'm gonna show you 200. I'm gonna walk into a private bank in Hawaii, in Honolulu. They got a private bank in Honolulu. You know, it millionaires over there. I wondered, like, okay, they got all these millionaires be flying over there. All right, cool. I know some shit y'all don't know, and I don't want to talk about that. But I could tell you this: you redeem your birth certificate, and you do it like these steps, like it say right here on this paper. It's crazy, man. And yeah, I do got that letter everybody been talking about on YouTube too. I'll show you that. Look at it. There you go. There you go. Everybody been talking about that letter on YouTube. There y'all go. There you go. That's the letter y'all been talking about. Okay. What letter this is? Okay. This the letter y'all been talking about on YouTube? And I got the one with the president too. So they ain't going nowhere. Hey, y'all sit back and watch this. Sit back and watch this. Okay? Y'all sit back and watch this. I ain't selling that paperwork though. I can tell you that now. I was selling it for $250 though. I ain't gonna lie, I was doing that. I was saying I was selling it for $250. But now I ain't selling it for no $250. Cause something don't change. I seen it, something don't change. So I'm not selling it for $250 no more. Because what I seen today on the computer, that's different. That's different. That hella different. With that $250,000, you go to a private bank and trust and all that type of stuff. That was real different when I started seeing that. And get what? I didn't look at the paperwork, but it said to learn how to do the same, go to the private banking link. Damn, they got their own private banking link right here. See, I didn't know that on it. Look, for this $250,000. Look, I was just telling you you can access the TD. That's the Treasury Department agency, up to $250,000 when you redeem your birth certificate. But look, it said private banking link. Nobody on YouTube ain't even talk about that at all. Nobody haven't, cause they ain't got these steps right here. Once you do these steps and offset the bond and all that shit, put it on the market, they don't know that. They think they know. Man, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna give y'all 40 minutes. 40 minutes. That's a good little time. It's 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. I might as well grab the phone myself. But I don't know. I could be lying to y'all. I could be whatever. I just know every night I gotta talk about this to make sure y'all know. Some people was like, man, you talking about information, high profile information, man. I was like, I don't care about talking about high profile information. Bro, everybody deserve to get some fucking money. You know what I'm saying? But now I ain't gonna sell that document for no $250 because what I seen today, what I seen with my own eyes, that's a different story. Yeah, that's a different story. That dude was like, when I talked to the dude, he was saying some shit. But now, once I went, I did a couple of steps now. Cause every day I told y'all I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna like, I already record the shit what I'm doing right now. But when they monetize my account and I start getting accounts and I let people really see how to get to 250,000, when people subscribe to my page and pay me instantly, I'm telling my this, look, this is what I'm gonna do. Once they monetize my YouTube, I promise y'all, I'm gonna give y'all that document for free to get the $250,000. That's what I'm gonna do to y'all. I'm gonna fuck the internet up. I'm finna fuck the internet up. I'm gonna get them how to get that free $250,000. Ooh, ooh, they finna be hurting. They finna be hurting. Y'all finna be hurting, boy, on YouTube. Boy, look, when they monetize my page, everybody pay for a subscription to my page. I'm giving them all the dirty secrets from the government. I'm giving you the affidavits. I'm giving you the $250,000 free document. I'm giving you the traffic court case unbeatable because I used it. Look up my boy Mark Stevens on YouTube. Cool, short, white dude. He is fucking hell. Mark Stevens. He is hell. I guarantee you. That man know his traffic court law. That man know his cases. He'll beat them. He is unbeatable. I swear. Mark Stevens? Y'all need to look up that guy named Mark Stevens on the internet on YouTube. But look, once they monetize my YouTube, I'm gonna give y'all that $250,000 document for free. But you know, my page gonna cost some money. Once you get the free documents and the free affidavits and all this unbeatable paperwork, just gonna just straight box their head in. Once I give you that unbeatable paperwork that box their head in on a platter, it just box their head in every which way. Guess what? Once you be a subscriber to my channel, and once I get monetized and I give you the free document, you know how many people gonna subscribe to my channel? Your ass will be begging to subscribe to my channel. You know how much I'm gonna charge for my subscription to my channel? That bitch gonna be $1,000 to subscribe to my channel. Because, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have real shit on my shit. I'm giving you unbeatable cases. I'm giving you the free document to get the $250,000. Who wouldn't want to? Tell me this. If you subscribe to my channel, if you subscribe to any other fucking millionaire or whoever all these say swords, whatever the fuck you want to say, if I tell you to redeem your birth certificate and you offset a bond and get a bond of $250,000 and you can walk in the bank and get that shit, all I say, subscribe to my channel for $1,000. You gonna do it. You gonna do it. I guarantee you they gonna do it. Guarantee you. I'm gonna tell the motherfucker, subscribe to my channel. When they monetize my channel, I'm gonna give y'all that free document, the $250,000. Then I ain't even gotta talk. It gonna point everything out on this list. I'm gonna read it out to you. Go to the private bank. This motherfucker got a list of private banks. It got a link to private banks. This document I got right here, the 250,000. It got a private link to banks. So how could I lie about private bank links? This should say private bank links. How can I lie about that? I can't. Now, when once I'm starting reading off the document because I barely looked at it, now I'm starting like, hold up. I think some shit really going on here. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I ain't tried it yet. I ain't tried to get the money yet, but I'm redeeming my birth certificate right now. But this shit saying private bank links. Now, if I'm all cap, why would it say private banks? Nah, that ain't gonna work for me. Private bank links in your social security number. The government got money in your name. Claim your birth certificate. That's weird as fuck. You got some money in my name and you won't tell me? Bitch, I'm coming to get it. Watch when they monetize my page. I'm gonna give y'all that document for free. Man, get your mama rich, get your sister rich, get your any motherfucker who can redeem their birth certificate, get them rich. They got 250,000 in their name. I put it on my mama, they do. Look, check this out. Once you subscribe to my channel and pay for a subscription, once I charge you $1,000 to pay for that subscription and give you unbeatable documents and get a free $250,000 redeem your birth certificate, you gonna pay for that shit. I guarantee you gonna pay for it. I ain't gonna give it out to nobody now though. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Like, I did something with this shit. Like, I opened up a trade account. So no, I can't even fuck with y'all. But hey, I'm finna go. I'm gonna get at y'all later. Peace. I just want to give y'all a little knowledge about that. I'm finna go. I'm finna give y'all a little. I was just giving y'all a little knowledge on that shit about getting that 250,000. But y'all will figure it out. You the UCC1. Redeem your birth certificate and get that money. Peace out. Stay motivated.